Oh, oh, potato chips. Oh, they're so good. It's been so long since I last had potato chips. They're so good. Let's get to work with our potato chip. So, in my terms, there are three different contenders. There's Tafel, there's Estrella, and then there's this thing called Pirkka. And Tafel is like the high-end company. They're like they invent a lot of crazy ass flavors, and they try a lot of stuff, and they work very hard. It's a Finnish company. Then there's Estrella, which is like the mid-tier sort of. They do pretty basic stuff, but their potato chips are still pretty high quality. And then there's Pirkka, which is like the cheapo brand of potato chips. So Pirkka Original, which is basically just normal potato chips. They're the thin kind. Crunchiness is pretty alright. Saltiness a little bit much. And a big problem with a lot of these cheapo brand potato chips is that they're usually sort of soaked in oil, which is really bad if you have acid reflux. For example, if you suffer from acid reflux, they're not very good. So let's put the Pirkka Originals in C tier. They're not super good, but they're not bad, like absolute garbage either. So we have F tier for like the fucking sinful garbage that nobody wants to eat. But yeah, Pirkka is it's all right. Like, it's better than American garbage, because in America everything is just soaked in fucking oil. But it's still not like, you know, if you compare it to these bigger big boy contenders, it's fucking garbage. Sour cream and onion. I'm actually sort of contemplating on putting it into F tier. Because, like, not to say that sour cream and onion is bad. Sour cream and onion flavor is really good. But these cheapo versions of sour cream and onion are usually sort of like the flavoring isn't even. And sometimes you get this one chip that is completely fucking caked with the sour cream and onion, and it tastes absolute fucking garbage. And then you sometimes get this one chip that doesn't have any flavor whatsoever. It's just a fucking slice of potato. So let's put it into this one. But here, this, oh god, let me. Oh. It's so good. Out of all of these cheapo brands, this one, Herbs and Cream, they're not very normal potato chips. They have this sort of strange texture to them. It's hard to explain, but they're kind of fluffy, and they have a very good soft crunch. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. S tier. This is the kind of potato chip that you put your finger in the bag and take one potato chip out. The next time you put your finger into the bag, it's already empty, and you don't even realize. It's like you're stuck into this time loop when you put your hand in there, and you don't have any memory of eating every single one of them. But they're so good. Highly recommended. Very cheap. Nice. Easy to handle bag, not massive, and so good. And it also isn't super oily, so it doesn't give bad acid if you have acid issues. So Pirkka started to also do this thing. Here in Finland we have this thing called like farmers potato chips or something like that, which are like handmade, and they're more expensive, and they're like fancier. They usually have better crunch, and they usually have a little bit less oil and salt, which is pretty good. They're generally they sound nice when you bite into them. So let's give this one a B tier. So as you can see here, we have 36 different kinds of potato chip brands here, and we're gonna go through them all and check out which ones are good and which ones aren't. This one is actually the same as that one. I think I might have just downloaded the same picture twice. They just rebranded the bag. Why do I feel hungry now? I don't know. I wouldn't know. Ranch and jalapeno. Ranch is good, but I usually enjoy ranch a lot more as a dipping sauce. And jalapeno, very good as well. But as a mixture, it's a little bit overbearing. The flavor is like, it sort of lingers in your mouth long after you've finished eating the potato chips. And sometimes that has the effect of dulling the flavor a little bit. Same issue is very common in sour cream and onion. If you eat a lot of them, they start to taste like cardboard. So this one I will give C tier. And because it's also the cheapo brand, not very, there's not enough love and passion that's been put into this potato chip. So now we're gonna go into the territory of higher like plane of existence with these potato chips. Artisan chips are like this farmer's chips version of Estrella's. So they basically saw that Tafel is making their Kartanon series, which means the Mansion series, and they started copying it because, you know, monkey see, monkey do. Artisan chips, very good crunch, but this is like a cheese flavor, and one of my big things is potatoes and cheese don't go well together. If you disagree, you're objectively wrong. So, F tier. Garbage. No. No. Absolutely not. Fucking garbage. These ones, not bad. Not bad at all. No cheese in these ones. Chili. But I wouldn't really put them higher than B tier either. Chili is very difficult in potato chips. It has to be handled with a good balance of things. If Batman's a bat, does that make him a furry? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Spider-Man is old. Well, I bet there are like insect furries as well. I've never actually been commissioned to draw lewds for insect furries, but I'm pretty sure they probably are. They would be considered something like that. Try shredded cheese and Pringles. That doesn't sound very good. I think you're probably blaspheming. Let's turn this down just a little bit. There we go. Artisan chips, sea salt. So this is basically like original. Sea salt is basically just a fancy way of saying that it has just salt on it. I guess it was some kind of salt connoisseur would come to say that, oh yeah, well, it tastes better because it's scraped off of the beard of some age-worn sailor, and that's what makes it so delicious. And because you can taste the travels of his seaside adventures. A tier. Very good crunch. Very nice. Let's crunch a little bit. Very good. Another cheese potato chip. Not good. Sin. Into this. Absolutely not. Anybody who thinks cheese is good on potato chips is wrong and should be ashamed of themselves. And here is another one. Tomato. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that tomato goes well with potato chips? Let's have some crowd opinions. Blah. Never had them. There might be a reason to why you've never had them. Because it's fucking garbage. F tier. It's like... Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like... there was an episode of the Finnish MasterChef. And... there was this kid with a bowl cut who looked like a very stereotypical Finnish kid. And... So they were supposed to make desserts of their own creation, and this kid was interviewed over his dessert, and he was like, "Well, I really like vanilla ice cream, and I also really like bacon, so I mixed vanilla ice cream and bacon." And one of the fucking the dudes who were reviewing it, because in MasterChef for children you usually can't be super mean, so that the children don't die of heart attack or something. The reviewer said, "Oh yeah, it looks just like you." It was a very, very, very. It was a very, very snarky, sort of underhanded comment. The kid, of course, didn't realize that he was being made fun of. But yeah, so just because there's two good things, that doesn't mean you need to mix them. That doesn't equal... Two good things doesn't necessarily equal another good thing if you just mix them like a dumbass. This here, the next one, the Furious potato chip. Very good. Very good. It's ruffled, so it's like... The only bad thing about it is that it's extremely spicy, and when it's spicy and it's ruffled, they destroy the back of your mouth, which is unpleasant if you eat them very greedily. Another fun thing about this actually has cheese, but it's really, really subtle, and it's more cream and chili. Very good. Excellent. A tier. Only because you can't really eat a ton of them, because they also suffer from the issue of losing flavor. But still, very good. Very, very good. Broadway. This is the classical sour cream and onion. High quality, very, very nice to bite into. Ruffles aren't very big. I don't know why it's called Broadway. I guess maybe people in Broadway invented sour cream and onion. Have you actually eaten? Yeah, of course I have. I like potato chips. Haven't I made that clear yet? God damn it. I like potato chips. Of course I don't eat them all at once. That would be kind of crazy. Because you have to keep, yourself healthy as well. Don't destroy your body. Broadway, very good. For some reason, I really enjoy sour cream and onion potato chips with a good glass of milk. I don't know why, but they're just good. It sort of balances out the very strong flavor. Let's put it into B tier. B like Broadway. Very nice. Grills. This is a very popular potato chip here in Finland. If you go to like a party with friends and they have potato chips and whatever, there's almost always these. I don't actually know specifically what the flavoring is, but it's like it's not barbecue, but it's sort of kind of similar. It's like very low tier spicy, and they are very good, easy to eat. Their main big problem is that I guess because of the type of flavoring that they do, there's a lot of flavoring on them, and because of the type of flavor, they often have like a lot of this small, little, like tiny broken pieces of potato chips at the bottom, and those are usually super greasy, and you're instantly going to like go into acid reflux, death spiral if you try to bite them all at once. So it's very good. Flavor is great, but it has a few downsides. So not S tier, but it's A tier. Very good. The very classic potato chips. You see these everywhere in Finland. You go to a friend's place and maybe they want to, I don't know, play some video game with you. They probably have these guys. However, in this potato chip tier list, I'm not gonna count these potato chips with like a dip. So dipping sauce doesn't get counted in this this tier list. If it was, these would be excellent, probably even S tier. But without dipping sauce, they're kind of bland. They're sometimes very big. They're quite high in salt, very salty. They feel kind of like that they've been soaked in salt water, which can be a little bit like, it gets monotone, and you definitely get a lot of salt if you eat these guys. So I wouldn't really call them A or S tier, but if you have dipping sauce, it balances them out a lot, because you're just not just munching on salt alone, which is very good. LTAF. This is another tomato thing. They try a lot of these things, and they give them these stupid names, and it doesn't really mean anything when the potato chip tastes like fucking garbage. So fuck off. This stupid. No. American barbecue. So American barbecue. If you guys have ever eaten American barbecue, it has this dark sort of sauce. It's sort of sweet. These guys are like, the flavor. It's like nobody actually. Oh, I shouldn't say that. There's probably some kind of lunatic out there who actually fucking eats barbecue sauce by itself. But these sort of like, they have a very overbearing flavor. Nobody wants to fucking eat just barbecue sauce, especially when it's dry. Like, what kind of dumbass are you? C tier. It's not inedible like this garbage here, but it is bad. Bravo. This is one of the more popular brands in Finland. It's a sour cream chili, I believe. It's not very good. I don't know what people find super appealing about it. It's a thin type, not very roughly, not very salty either, which is good. But the sour cream flavor in this one is super overbearing, which leaves very little to the chili. And in general, it's just like, why would you want to eat just sour cream? There has to be something else, like sour cream and onion. But chili doesn't have a powerful flavor. It just has the spiciness to it. So because of that, the sour cream is super overbearing. Not very good. C tier. Anybody who brings these to the party is like a dumbass. Unless they're like the only person who really likes these, and they want to bring them in there so that they can eat them all by themselves. Taffel's basic thin chips. Actually, so this is basically, this thing here is like a copy of this thing here, which comes later. We can actually put them like next to each other. So these three are sort of similar. This is the original kind. Very good, very thin, low salt, good crunch, excellent, all around excellent. Bag isn't massive either, so you won't get super overwhelmed by eating these. Very nice. But these, no, Taffel didn't do a good job with these. It's clear that they're a knockoff. They're super dry feeling. They don't have a good crunch. It's like sort of like biting into a sort of mushy potato. They don't really crunch at all. Just not very good. They're not inedible by any means, and I haven't really tried them with dipping sauce, so I can't really comment on that. But they're not very good. They're very dry. They dry up your mouth really quickly. In general, just not a good experience. So if you ever come to Finland and you need to choose between the original chips, I would probably recommend this one. Of course, I'm a potato chip professor. Now this thing here, this thing. So this is like the elite of original potato chips. Extremely crunchy, extremely expensive. You can see from the fucking golden and black motif on the bag. A little bit much salt, but if you eat them in small quantities at once, like you should, because it's such a fancy bag, you shouldn't be munching them down like a pig. Absolute heaven. It's like kebab that has been sheared off of the thighs of God. It's so fucking good. Like, Sadly, I wasn't able to find those today in the store. These are sort of like for only very high-end elite people, chip connoisseurs, one could say. Excellent, absolutely heavenly potato chips. Very good. If you ever come to Finland and you see this black and gold bag, you know that you're in for a good ride. They're a little bit pricey for sure, but god damn it, they're so good. Absolutely the top of these basic unflavored potato chips. Very good. I highly recommend them. So, now we get to the Kartanon series, which has a few different ones. Actually, let me open. So this is original. That's dill. This is the balsamico, and this is no, this is sea salt balsamico. This is, I think this is sour cream and onion. Yeah, okay. Sea salt balsamico. I don't actually know what the fuck let's Google it. Balsamico. What is this? Balsamic vinegar. Okay, I see. No wonder it tastes like shit. Very, very bad. Vinegar has no place in potato chips. Shigu, you're like a lunatic. I think your taste buds must have died. You've been listening to too much heavy metal music and it has killed all of your taste buds. Vinegar has no place in potato chips. Blasphemy. Original. Very good. Good crunch. Not much salt. Suffer. Idiot. That's what you get for having bad taste. Originals, very good. Go well with dip. They're more solid than these guys. So I would, if this is the best of best, I would put it like this. Yeah. So these are very good. They feel solid. The bag is very beautiful. It has these beautiful paintings of like farm people. They don't look like potato chip bags. They look like you're purchasing some kind of like artistic supplies. And you can tell from the flavor. They are more rustic. Usually you can tell that you can taste the wrinkles of the hands that have made them, which is very good. Dill and I actually don't know what kermaviili is in English, but it's some kind of but it's dill and some kind of cream as well. I think it's sour cream. It's not bad. It's not bad. They are super strong in flavor. I wish they would maybe tone down the flavor just a little bit. Because of that, let's actually put it into B tier. They sort of get a little bit overbearing if you want to eat a lot of them at once. And because of that, I'm gonna put them into B tier. But dill in general goes very well with potato chips. I've always liked dill a lot in potato chips. Also, another thing, sadly, we don't have it here in Finland, but if you ever happen to go to Japan, be sure to try out seaweed potato chips. They're very good. Seaweed goes super well with potato chips. It's very mild, but it's very similar to dill. Very good. Sour cream and onion, expensive version. I'm gonna put it into B tier. Not bad, not great either. Good in small amounts, and especially if there's like a party where people have a lot of different flavors of potato chips, it's nice to have a couple sour cream and onions every now and then. This one is salt and pepper, and it's not like potato chips don't have salt to begin with, so essentially it's just pepper. These aren't super good, but they're not really bad either. They're just sort of like, you don't really even remember, like, after eating them. Like let's say a week after eating them, you don't really remember what they even tasted like. They're super boring. Kind of weak show. Also, the bag is kind of unimaginative. It's basically just a red bag with black background. Lame. It doesn't have a fun name like Broadway or Bravo or stuff like that. So yeah, no respect for this one. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Let's just put it into actually C tier. Yeah, C tier. It's just too forgettable. Very not good. Waffle. So this is like a special type of potato chip. Let me see if I can find you a picture. Waffle potato chip. Yeah, okay, so we do have a picture of them. So this is what these guys look like. No, I open image in new tab. Like this. As you can see, they have this sort of like chiggy feeling to them, which is really good. It has a more like less sort of aggressive texture. They're fun to bite into, but they don't have like a super loud crunch. All in all, excellent. Very good. Suffers from the same thing as Broadway and these guys. You can't eat a ton of them, but these guys are excellent with dipping sauce as well, because it sort of like milds out the flavor, which makes them a little bit easier to handle. So not bad at all. Very good, actually. Let's put them into A tier. Diner. So Diner is actually a funny one. I just had them like a few months ago. Well, no, I think it's, yeah, maybe, I don't remember. My sense of time has been destroyed because of the Corona situation. But Diner chips are pickles and sour cream, if I don't remember wrong. And that might sound absolutely disgusting. And I agree, it does. But it's not actually super bad if you eat them very low amounts at a time. Like, let's say if you eat like 3 potato chips every 30 minutes. They're actually pretty good. They sort of cleanse your mouth. And not I don't mean that it makes you vomit. But they just have this sort of like very neutral, sort of sharp flavor. But they are absolutely impossible to eat in large amounts. Once you eat more and more, the flavor gets more powerful, and then you realize that you're eating fucking pickles. So C tier. Estrella barbecue. This is sort of like I guess it tries to be these guys, but it fails. If these pictures were a little bit bigger, you would see these barbecue Estrella chips are very guilty of one big thing, and that is, I don't know if you guys ever seen potato chips or observed potato chips very closely, but there's this big issue with potato chips that have a flavor that also has like a lot of oil or grease in it. The potato chips are so soaked in oil and grease that you can actually see through them, and they're super salty, super oily, super greasy. Even if the flavor is good, you're gonna suffer in like 2 hours when your stomach is like, you probably shouldn't have eaten those. F tier, unfortunately. Not very good. Manhattan. This is the Estrella version of Broadway. And I would actually say that I think it's better than Broadway. It's still in B tier, but it's better. This is one thing that Estrella has very, very right. Like they do have with the standard original flavor. They are much more mild in flavor, not super overpowering as like Broadway is. And it makes it easier to eat a lot of them, which is very good. Because I like to gorge on my potato chips. So these guys are better than these guys. So if you want good sour cream and onion chips, you want to use Manhattan. Manhattan never betrays. Ranch, sour cream, not bad. Not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad either. I would always go for ranch dipping sauce and original instead of choosing actually ranch flavored potato chips, but these are not like offensive flavored, so average B. Roasted onion. I don't understand how roasting the onion makes it taste different in a potato chips. I personally don't really taste the difference. It just tastes like onion. So they're just kind of like, you know, it's already been done. And this doesn't have the sour cream either, so it just tastes like onion. I mean, if you're like a giant, like a Shrek, you might like these, but I don't really like them. I'm not green enough. Salt and vinegar, fucking garbage. Anybody who thinks potato chips need vinegar is a dumbass. Like, fucking hell. What kind of sinner do you have to be to eat this kind of garbage? Like, potato chips are so good. Why would you ruin them with this filth? You're a fool. You're a fool, Shigu. Hot chili suffers from the same thing as the barbecue. It burns through, and with chili it also like gives you bad acid, a very, very bad acid. So if you suffer from acid reflux, these are the worst. These are absolute worst. Not very good. Caramelized red onion, like how fucking like. It's just onion. Just say it's onion. It's the same as this guy. I guess caramelized makes it sound more fancy, so let's put it here. Doesn't really taste very, very different. It has a sweeter flavor for sure. Actually, it's better than these for sure. And it's better than that, and better than that. Yeah. I think it's about here. This would probably be the correct placement for it. And then, last but not least, this sea salt, again, sheared from the beards of very big seamen. You heard that right. It's just salt. It's just their way of sort of marketing their ruffled version of their potato chip, because this is their actual like mainline big potato chip. This is like the inferior follower. It's not inedible though. It's not even. I think I would even put it into B tier. It's not super bad. Now let's organize the tiers so that we can get a completely accurate tiering. I would say the crispy gold is like the best. It is really good. These still, if these were made by like one of the bigger companies, god damn it, they would be so good. But the cheaponess takes them down just a tiny notch. In here, this one is very classical. I think this one is probably like everybody knows this and they know it for a reason. It's very good. Original, good. I think this is... No, these are actually better than those. These are all right. No, those aren't better than those. But they might be better than these. Yeah, that looks about right. So, original can't be beat. Goes well with dip. Original as well. Tastes like hand wrinkles. Very good. Grills. Very nice in parties. Always there. This is for hardcore boys. This is basically this but worse. And this guy is fun if you want to have something interesting in your mouth. That sounded a little bit filthy. This is definitely not the best of B tier. It's actually probably the worst. This looks... Yeah, so Manhattan is probably actually the best of B tier. These ones are pretty good as well. This one is also... Actually, I think this is better than Broadway, for sure. Yeah. Ranch is not very good. This one is alright. Yeah, it looks about right. Very nice. C tier. The best of C tier is... these guys are basically... These guys are basically the thing that we already... These guys can just go there. So, this is the C tier. This one is better. This one is alright. This one isn't very good. It's definitely worse than these guys. This just isn't very good. Roasted onion. It's alright. Better than barbecue. Barbecue is fucking garbage. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you if you put fucking barbecue on your potato chips? Like, you're just like on an adventure of how can I ruin my potato chip as well as possible. Like, what kind of lunatic are you? Sour cream and onion, definitely not the best. But it's definitely better than this cheese garbage. So, cheese versus tomato. They're both really bad. But vinegar is even worse. This guy is probably the best of this garbage. Yeah. And this one doesn't count, so just ignore this one. Just vinegar. Vinegar is just like a really good way of ruining your fun with potato chips. It's even worse than... I think it's even worse than the potato chip. Like the tomato and cheese flavored. Yeah, I think I'm pretty confident with this tier list. It's very good. 36 different potato chips that we have put into tiers. Here we have some potato chip ASMR. Very good. I shouldn't munch on them too much so that people don't get super hungry. But I definitely have some potato chips to eat after this stream. So that's gonna be nice. And yeah, so if you ever come to Finland, or if you are in Finland, I highly recommend giving these two a shot. Very good. These are also always reliable. Might be S tier if you have dipping sauce. These are like, if you specifically enjoy these flavors, they're all right. These ones I wouldn't recommend, but if you're a lunatic, you can go for it. And these are just like, they're just decoration in the shelf. You shouldn't actually buy these. These aren't meant to be bought. You just look at them and think, oh, holy shit, these exist only so that they can make the rest of them look better. That's how bad these guys are. But yeah, definitely better than American potato chips. I've been to the United States and I've had some potato chips. Not very good. Pick up your potato game, Americans. Shame on you. Finland has great potato chips. Eat Finnish potato chips. That's it.